So I'm just getting out of Torah class, walking down Pico Boulevard, and it's a very inspiring class, and it was all about personal struggle and personal growth and going on a spiritual journey. And these things are very au courant. This is the zeitgeist. We all should be on spiritual journeys and should all be struggling with God and Torah and God's will and personal growth and spiritual growth and growth. You know, and this is fine for people who have time. What about those people who are raising kids, paying off a mortgage? Like, personal growth and spiritual journeys are the luxury of the affluent who have a lot of spare time. And so there was a complaint raised, why don't we as Jewish communities organize around the theme of personal growth? Why don't we set up institutions around that theme? And the reason is that you can't organize an effective community primarily around personal growth and struggle, because people are going to grow and struggle. If that's the thing, people are going to grow and struggle out of the community. Communities have to be organized around much more practical things, such as childcare. What level of religious observance commitment is required, and just where are you located, and are most of your friends there? That's what you can organize a community around. This growth and struggle and spiritual journey stuff. Hey, I'm on a spiritual journey. Obviously, I converted to Judaism, and now I go on a lot of journeys and struggles on my website. That's because I have the luxury of the time. I'm not married. I don't have obligations, and basically, I'm irresponsible. See, I'll prove how irresponsible I am. I'm running across the street, total violation of the law. So, it's great for intellectuals to struggle and have personal growth. But that's not how you get things done. In the final analysis, Judaism is about affecting change in the world, making the world a better place. And you can't do that if you organize primarily around people's feelings and their trendy growths and spiritual journeys. You can't organize on that stuff. You can organize on the basis of the door from generation to generation. And tangible things such as family, commitment to your parents, to your spouse, to your kids, to your relatives, to your neighbors, the people you grew up with. Those are the things you can organize around. And Judaism is a very brass tacks thing. So, I challenge the example. Where are the examples of Jewish organizations around growth and struggle that last? And it was brought up Ikar, which is a conservative synagogue with a huge commitment to social justice. Now, I think this is all very trendy, and I'm sure it has its merits. But my immediate response is, how old is Ikar? It's like 5 years old. So, no, it doesn't prove that you can organize around struggle and keep it going from generation to generation. Yeah, Ikar is trendy and hip. How long is it going to last? Do they have a building? They have a building fund. They're going to last from generation to generation. Do they have a mechanism for keeping the kids within the fold? I suspect at least 50% of the kids raised in Ikar are going to move on from Ikar. It's an inherently unstable situation because you're raising kids to be semi-observant of Jewish law. They want to be truly observant, more observant, they're going to become Orthodox. If they want to enjoy more of life and have fewer restrictions, they're not going to be observant conservative Jews. So conservative Judaism loses its elite to Orthodox Judaism, Because people who want to take Judaism seriously, it's not a practical matter, they have to become Orthodox. Because then you can surround yourself with other people who also take Judaism seriously. And Orthodox Judaism is not very romantic. It's primarily about this commitment to a very specific, rigorous way of life. A lot of minute behavioral requirements. It's a high commitment form of religious practice. And everyone around you has that high commitment too. And you just can't kind of waltz in and waltz out and do what you like.